Athletes do all in their might to end up on the winning spot, but sometimes their efforts cross the barriers of legitimacy. Today's video is going to be very interesting as we're going to talk about some athletes that were caught cheating during their event. Welcome to 10 Town. Subscribe if you haven't already, click the bell icon, and let's start digging into today's topic. The Hand of God. The Hand of God was a phrase used by Argentine footballer Diego Maradona to describe a goal that he scored during the Argentina versus England quarterfinals match of the 1986 FIFA World Cup. Maradona had jumped to head the ball but ended up hitting it with his hand and went past the goalkeeper, Peter Shilton, to give Argentina a lead of 1-0 during the match. The referees had overseen the handball moment because of this deceiving celebration, and since there was no technology to reverse a decision back in those days, 1986 World Cup against England elevated Maradona to the status of a legend, but it surely was a nightmare for the England fans that day as England ended up losing 2-1 since Maradona managed to score another, but this time, a truly legitimate goal. Houston Astros. In baseball, finger signs play a key role in conveying messages from one player of the team to the other, and if the opposite team can somehow get to know about these signs, they can benefit a lot. Astros enjoyed a huge benefit in the 2017 World Series. In their game against the Dodgers as they used technology at Minute Maid Park to steal the Dodgers' signs. Their hitters knew what pitches were coming with. They gleefully pounced on them. They accumulated 18 runs with 26 hits and 6 home runs in 2 series-changing victories that have now undeniably stamped an asterisk on an event forever marred in a sickening truth. Astros kept using this technology in the whole series and ended up scandalously winning.
The Houston Astros are world champions!
But then in 2019, Mike Friars admitted what they had done on press. Astros bench coach Alex Cora was the mastermind behind this deceiving tactic. It was later revealed that he had used the same technique when he was the manager of Boston Red Sox. The Red Sox also ended up winning the title in 2018. In the end, Cora was fired. Astros were fined $5 million, and both Astros and Red Sox were stripped of their first-round draft picks for the coming season. Shahid Afridi. Pakistani cricket team's makeshift arrangement skipper Shahid Afridi back in 2010 faced a ban for 2 2020 internationals after being found guilty of ball tampering during Pakistan's 2-wicket loss to Australia at the WACA in Perth. Afridi, leading Pakistan in the absence of Mohad Yusuf, was caught on TV cameras apparently biting the ball on a couple occasions. This was reported to the on-field umpires by the TV umpire, and after a chat with Afridi, the umpires changed the ball. Afridi was called for a hearing right after the match, and he apologized for his action. Later on, he admitted that he was tampering the ball to help his bowlers publicly. Bryan Carrasco. Desperate times call for desperate measures, and sometimes you have to take matters into your own hands. But Chile defender Bryan Carrasco went too far against Ecuador when he took matters from someone else's hands. With the clock running down in their South American Under-20 World Cup qualifier against Ecuador, Chile was losing 1-0. And defending a throw deep in their own half, the Chilean defender pulled off a stunt that would go down in history for all the wrong reasons. In a throw-out, with around 13 minutes left, he grabbed Montano's left hand and slapped him himself in the face with it, falling to the ground as if he had hit by gunfire. Defender Carrasco wins a free kick, but the referee incredibly failed to brandish a card of any color for what he must have regarded as violent conduct to punish with a free kick. Even after such an effort, Ecuador went on to win this game 1-0 because Chile missed their free kick. Certainly a slap in the face for football as well as Carrasco, and to compound his felony, the whole thing was picked up on TV and played again and again by disbelieving pundits. Patrick Reed. Patrick Reed has widely been known as one of PGA's most disliked golfers. Former Masters champion Patrick Reed has penalized 2 strokes for appearing to deliberately improve his lie in a bunker during the 3rd round of the Hero World Challenge in the Bahamas. As Reed was attempting his practice swings for a shot out of the bunker, sand could be seen getting brushed away from his club. happened on consecutive practice swings, eliminating the possibility of an accident, and golf fans all took notice. The rules state that the club can be gently rested on the turf behind the ball at address, but Reed appears to press down considerably on the turf before hitting his shot. His cheating streak simply did not end with a brushing of sand, as he was caught again in 2020, patting down the rough around his ball to improve his shot, breaking the same rule again. If you've managed to come this far, we surely deserve a thumbs up. Deflategate. Deflategate was a National Football League controversy involving the allegation that New England Patriots quarterback Tom Brady ordered the deliberate deflation of footballs used in the Patriots' victory against the Indianapolis Colts, the 2014 American Football Conference Championship game. Tom Brady himself proposed this new rule to the NFL that the teams must be allowed to use the balls of their own liking, as he liked softer balls. Talking about that game after losing to the Patriots, the Colts noticed that the Patriots' ball felt strangely flat. NFL's official took a look and went on to find that 11 of the 12 balls were underinflated, giving the Patriots an edge. Emily Clarke. On September 15, Emily Clarke sprinted across the finish line at the Peace Health Apple Tree Half Marathon in Vancouver, her arms held high in triumph. Clarke finished second in the women's category, ahead of some of the region's top amateur distance runners, a remarkable achievement for a 28-year-old who'd never run competitively. She finished the race in just 86 minutes, a speedy sub-7-minute per mile pace. Things sounded pretty good until other racers started claiming that they did not notice Clarke passing them at any point in the marathon. The video records and race photos also showed the same, but she boldly denied it. Unluckily for her, the race organization's president herself saw her riding a bike during the race. Clarke, after that, claimed it was her twin sister, but later investigations suggested that she had no twin sister at all. Marion Jones. Marion Jones is a household American name, an athlete who, at the 2000 Olympic Games, became the first woman to win 5 track and field medals at a single Olympics. Through much of her career, Jones was suspected of using steroids. In 2003, a federal investigation into illegal steroid distribution by the Bay Area Laboratory Cooperative, Balco, led to allegations by Balco founder Victor Conte and Jones's ex-husband, C.J. Hunter, that the sprinter used banned substances. In 2006, she tested positive for a banned substance but was later cleared by a follow-up test. Following year, however, she pleaded guilty to lying to federal investigators about her drug use and admitted to having taken steroids. In 2007, however, she admitted to using banned substances and subsequently returned the medals. She was also given a 6-month prison sentence for lying under oath. Mike Tyson. Well, most of us know Mike Tyson as the world's youngest heavyweight champion in boxing, but there is another reason why people know him, and that is biting his opponent's ears off. In 1997, during his match against Evander Holyfield, and in a second-round, Holyfield headbutted Tyson, which was an illegal move that enraged Mike Tyson to a point of no return. In the third round, Tyson lost what composure he had left. He spits out his mouthpiece, bit off a chunk of Holyfield's right ear, and then spit it onto the canvas. Though Holyfield was in obvious pain, the fight resumed after a brief stoppage. And then Tyson bit Holyfield's other ear, and with 10 seconds left in the third round, Tyson was disqualified. Tyson's action got his boxing license revoked, and he was fined a hefty amount of $5 million. Boris Onishchenko. The toughest event one can compete in is the modern pentathlon. These competitors must swim, shoot, run, horse ride, and fence to the very best of their abilities to claim the gold medal. Boris Onishchenko, representing the USSR, arrived at the 1976 Olympics in Montreal, having won a silver medal in the previous Olympics in Munich in the modern pentathlon, and as a triple world champion. In the fencing event, a sport with its roots in chivalry, Onishchenko had an electronic cheating system in his glove which allowed him to trigger a score with his hand, whether he hit his opponent with his fencing épée or not. One of his opponents, Jim Fox, was an ex-army officer, complained that Onishchenko was scoring without hitting him. The officials took away his sword and, on the investigation, discovered his cheating. Onishchenko was disqualified, so his cheating didn't pay off. So guys, those were some moments when athletes were caught cheating. If you like this video, do consider subscribing and hit the like button. This has been it. We'll catch you in the next one.